Moments of game number 3, United States trailing Brazil 15-10, 15-11, so they're 2 games down. The U.S. up 1-0 here in the third. The significance of this match tonight, best 3 out of 5 games, by the way, to determine the winner of the match. But the United States has already hit the semifinals. In order for Brazil to get to the semifinals, they have to win this, and they're really playing possessed here. They're very alive, playing with a lot of intensity and emotion. One thing that we might consider, though, is that the U.S. has got to win at least 1 game here this evening, 1 of the 3 out of 5 games. Otherwise, they will play the team who was first in the other group, in the other round-robin group, and that would be Canada, a team that they really would not like to play. Canada has a tremendous volleyball team. They're big and they're strong, and they blew out Japan earlier today, 3-0. Kurt?
Well, that's true. I think that the Brazilian team came in here tonight knowing they had to win big, and they're playing well right now. The U.S. team has to regroup a bit and take 1 game at a time.
Okay, Kurt Kilgore, and the United States will play Italy if they can gain that 1 game tonight, or of course go on and win.
About something we might remember.
But they have to get that 1 game, and the score is now tied. Brazil 1, United States 1. Serving Brazil. Must get to 15 points to win the game. Best 3 out of 5 to win the match. DeWillia serving for the United States. Doug Beal has substituted freely tonight. Does that mean that he's taking this game lightly?
I don't think so. I think he's trying to find a combination that can play with the Brazilians right now. He's got a lot of subs, and Rich DeWillius was a starter at one time.
Looking at Coach Doug Beal. He's been coaching the U.S. team now since the inception of the national team. Side out U.S. Game tied at 1. Koch Karai serving. Koch Karai has not had an outstanding game tonight. Tremendous hit from the backcourt. Dustin Dvorak. Side out, Brazil.
Bob, we can see why Karai is upset. He has not had a good match tonight. One of the reasons is the U.S. has not passed serve well. He's not the best hitter against a 2-man block. He's very good against a 1-man block. Without the good pass, he's seeing a 2-man block most of the night.
Koch Karai, who goes all out all of the time, both on and off the court. He was a Dean's List student all 4 years at UCLA. His coach at UCLA, Al Skates, says that Koch used to come out and do 300 sit-ups and 300 push-ups every day before practice. Most dedicated player he's ever coached. Good play by Brazil. DeWillius. There's a set by Karai, again by Rusty Dvorak. And De Silva, who we've said many times tonight is considered one of the top players in the world. Just push that over. Kurt?
Let's take a look at it from the overhead angle. He fakes like he's going to set, taps it down with his left hand. Very deceptive and a nice play.
And I'm continually amazed at how quick this team from Brazil is.
They have a lot of speed, and tonight we've seen it. They're playing great defense. They're digging. They're getting their hands on everything the U.S. is hitting. Then De Silva sets Rossman or Shandu, the 2 big hitters for the Brazilians. They're doing a great job.
Well, Brazil finished second in the 1982 World Championships in Buenos Aires behind the Soviet Union. They played the Soviet Union in a match there in front of 95,000 people in a soccer stadium. I can't believe a crowd that large watching a small volleyball court.
And I heard they all came away with great satisfaction. The Brazilians won in a 5-game match.
Brazil 2, U.S. 1. Let's look at that spike serve now of De Silva.
Here it comes. He throws it up and he throws it inside the court high, and he actually spikes the ball from about 10 feet inside the end line, which you can do as long as you don't touch the line.
Great serving team. Coach Doug Beal has been worried about this serving team of Brazil, particularly with his 2-man receiver defense.
Well, Bob, we could see Koch Karai was actually out of the court that time. The ball was hit so hard it hit him out of the court.
Brazil 3, the United States 1. Substitution for the United States. Number 2, Dave Saunders. In for number 12, Aldis Berzins. De Silva serving again. United States in that 19. Oh, great serve. Service ace. Service ace by De Silva. So in the third game, it's Brazil 4, the U.S. 1. Brazil continues to be tough. And back at Long Beach, Bob Biatti with Kirk Kilgore. Third game, Brazil against the United States. Brazil won the first 2 games, and they're leading 4-1 in this one. And serving, number 4, Montenegro, serving for Brazil. Might mention once again that Brazil needs to win this game if they're going to continue on into the semifinals. And they are playing possessed. This is their gold medal winning game. Without this one, they can't get there. Good block by Brazil. And they continue to block well.
Let's take a look at it again. High to Karch. The real problem with the match tonight with the U.S. is their outside hitters have not been able to put the ball away. And again, we see it.
Montenegro serving. 5-1. Brazil over the United States. United States already in the semifinals. They'll be playing either Canada or Italy. Top 2 teams in the other pool. Canada today had to beat Japan, and they did just that, blowing Japan out 3-0. And were very impressive. Brazil now 6, U.S. 1. Timeout, U.S.
Bob, we can see Coach Doug Beal talking to his team, Karch, Steve Samus, Dusty Dvorak. He's got to find out a way to get his outside hitters involved in putting the ball away. Take a listen.
Watch the ball when it comes off the net, okay, so you can see what's going on back here. You've got to get up. Regardless of where the pass goes, you've got to make a move. The pass brings the center here. Go around his head.
There we go. Right now.
Individual blocking.
Okay, Brazil serving and leading 6-1. Lots of movement on the team from Brazil, considered to be particularly quick. And we've talked all night about the quick sets by their setter, number 7, Da Silva. Many people, again, feel he's the best all-around basketball player in the world. Great server, great setter. Those sets are important. Once again, into the net. Best volleyball player in the world. Served into the net. Team from Brazil serves so hard that they serve a lot either out or into the net. And that's a service ace by the United States.
And Bob, that's one of the few. They haven't had many. Brazil's had more, a lot more errors, but a lot more aces.
6-2, Brazil over the United States. Dusty Dvorak, the United States, is the player that cannot have a bad game. He's the quarterback. He's the setter. We're looking at him right here out of USC.
And Bob, it seems like whatever the Brazilians' game plan was is throwing the whole U.S. offense's timing off. And that's Dusty and the hitters. They've got to find their timing before this match gets any farther along.
Okay. Side out Brazil. Double hit by Brazil. Must be a clean hit, so it's side out to the United States. Side out, U.S. Karch serving. Down there, that's equivalent to a jump ball, and it'll be played over.
That's a big break for the U.S. Dusty tried to dink that ball. The blocker was right on top of it. You got it, but they got lucky, and the ball was held on top of the net. Replay.
Okay, that's the signal for the replay right there. A little bit of discussion with the U.S. right now. They don't agree. Dusty Dvorak talking it over with the referee. You have to be careful. You'll get a warning for that. They could take a point away. Okay, Karch serving. U.S. trailing 6-2. Another great play by Brazil. And
let's take a look at this quick set by Silva. It's called a 3-set in volleyball. About a foot above the net, 10 feet away from him, straight down. Nice play.
Brazil serving. Steve Timmons blocked by that good front line from Brazil. They're now leading 7-2.
They're getting both Norio Shundo by himself, and he gets him one-on-one.
Almost looked like he went at the net there. They're not allowed to touch the net. Side out, U.S. Dusty Dvorak serving. Set by Da Silva. Blocked out of bounds by the United States. Side out to Brazil.
Seems like right now Bob Da Silva's trying to go to the quick stuff in the middle to continually keep the blockers of the United States off balance, and it's working very well.
Jump serve by Da Silva. Serve is given the trouble. United States allowed trouble. And a good play by Pat Bowers.
And again, Bob, he's the player that's kept him in the game.
Okay, Brazil 7, the United States 2. back here in Long Beach, the crowd has quieted down just a touch because predominantly U.S. crowd from Southern California, the U.S. being beaten 10-2 in the third game. Brazil won the first 2 games. And this has to be a big surprise for many people. It's now 11-2. U.S. is being overwhelmed by Brazil.
Bob, that's the 4th hitting error in a row by the U.S.'s outside hitters. They have to start going to the middle and mixing up their offense, or this match is over.
U.S., one of the favorites for the gold medal, already in the semifinals. Brazil, if they can win this, and it appears that they're on their way to doing that, will be in the semifinals also. And Brazil has really looked impressive here tonight.
They came out, I think they've waited the whole tournament for this match, and it shows.
Side out U.S. Pat Power serving. Brazil could be the team that, if the United States can win in the first round of the semifinals and Brazil win in the first round of the semifinals, it's possible, it's conceivable that they would meet again in the finals. Right now it appears that the United States will play Canada, and Canada is a tough team. Another ace by Brazil. They've made 27 serving errors tonight, either going into the net or out of bounds, but they've served so well. And as a matter of fact, I think that those serving errors give you an idea that this game isn't even as close as it might look. And it doesn't look very close.
I think that the fact they missed so many serves is an indication in this situation that they're serving extremely tough, and it's paid off for them. It doesn't always do that, but tonight it certainly has.
You know, Kirk, the United States came into this match really figuring that they would be able to beat Brazil. I think that they were quite confident, and they're really getting blown out here. How's that going to affect them?
Well, I think we're going to see what this team's made out of. You know, they haven't been tested seriously in world competition and in Olympics since '68. And we're going to find out what this team's made of. They've been talking a lot about they think they're going to be in the finals. They're going to have to back it up with play from now on.
A team that plays with a lot of emotion and sky high tonight, the team from Brazil. Leading 12-2 in the third game. Best 3 out of 5 to win. They've already won the first 2 games. Set by Dusty Dvorak. Good block by Brazil. Into the net. 13-2, Brazil. U.S. seems to be a little bit disorganized right now.
I think that play showed how they're playing. The ball just did not go over the net when he tried to dink it.
Jump serve by Brazil. Steve Timmons put that one away, side out.
Let's take a look at this replay. Here comes the set, jump set, back set by Dusty Dvorak. Back one, Steve Timmons over the top and down. One of the bright spots so far.
Okay, Steve Timmons serving. We might also say that, mention that tomorrow night the United States women will be playing for the gold medal against a very powerful team from China. That should be quite a game. Side out Brazil. Bernard Rossmann serving, number 12. Brazil 13, United States 2. This game has been going on for almost 2 hours now. Set by De Silva. To the outside. Off the block. 14-2. Brazil has match point. 14-2 over the United States. Brazil 1 point away from going into the semifinals, and they will be, if they can gain this last point, be meeting the team from Italy. United States will meet Canada. What a game for their center, De Silva, number 7. Dvorak setting. Pat Powers over the middle.
And Bob, the one bright spot for the United States team tonight has been the play of Pat Powers. I'm sure we'll see him start again the next match. The way Brazil's played tonight, I think we can expect to see them in the finals.
Paul Sunderland serving. Side out. Set by Silva here. Block is out. Side out to Brazil. Match point again. It would appear if the U.S. wins their semifinal match, assuming that they can beat a tough team from Canada, and that will be quite a match in itself, and Brazil can beat Italy, that they'd have to make some adjustments before they play Brazil again.
Well, I think one of the adjustments they're going to have to make is in the starting lineup tonight. They did not start their big guys, Buck and Powers. I think they need the middle attack, and they need Powers outside swinging, as he's shown tonight.
Okay, here we have Craig Buck coming in for Pat Powers. Brazil leading 14-2, U.S. serving. Dusty Dvorak. Knocked out of bounds off the block. It'll be match point again, the third match point for Brazil. 14-2. They won the first game 15-10, 15-11. They won the second, and now lead 14-2 in the third.
I think one of the Brazilian players yelled at the umpire. He got a red card, which means the other team was awarded a side out in this case. If the United States had the ball, it would have been a point.
This team from Brazil plays with tremendous emotion, and they certainly are sky high for this game tonight. Salmon serving. Silva setting to the outside. Side out again. Match point again for Brazil.
And as we've seen all night long, the Brazilian hitters constantly hitting against one or no blockers. That has to go to William Da Silva. There's his counterpart, Dusty Dvorak, we just saw.
You wouldn't call this a very good tune-up for the U.S. for the semifinals. They've got to wonder what hit them tonight. Oh, it's a very tough team for Brazil. And they just won the match. 15-10, 15-11, 15-2. And look at those players from Brazil. They know they've gotten into the semifinals.